he has such an ego. Big ego, small ego. I'm Gosia, sociologist and psychotherapist. And in my therapy practice, I often notice misunderstanding around ego. Often people that come to me, they think that they have to hide their ego, or this is something that they are really shy about, or they try to make it smaller, or almost look as if they don't have it at all. And some are also unconscious about having it in the first place. So why is all this confusion? We are being taught by society, by some even spiritual teachings, that we should have no ego or a small ego. And my understanding is that they are actually pointing out towards one element of the ego, which is maybe being self-centered, maybe overgrown ego in the sense of being selfish and not seeing other points of view. That was probably more like a narcissistic tendency, but my point is that the healthy grown ego is really important for our development. It is a little bit like, as I could give you an example, it is like a healthy body. We are growing our body all our life, and especially until the moment we are adults, right? We are growing our bones, our muscles. We are growing when we are small, when we are in our adolescence, up to a point that we have our body. And then we might decide, okay, I want to have a bigger muscles, I want to lose a little bit from my waist, I want to run faster, so I have to build up my stamina and so on. But it won't be happening until we build up our body. So the same is with ego. We develop our ego consciously or unconsciously all our life, and especially from really small age. Now, of course, it is being influenced by everyone we have until the time we are consciously mature. Hopefully it happens sometime. So we are growing our self-identity. Ego, it is kind of self-identity, awareness of who I am. So we are building it up, and if we don't have a sense that we can build it up, we can acknowledge who we are, then we might be a little bit confused. So as my comparison to the body, we sometimes we don't get to the point we actually have the basic foundation of who we are. And it is because of a lot of expectations of people around, or that want us to be in a certain way. They don't want us to be in other. And often it's because we are dependent on this environment, and we just choose to be liked. We choose to be accepted. That's why we put our ego or needs aside. Why it is a problem for my clients, and for actually probably most of us, is because if we don't know who we are, then we cannot appreciate ourselves for who we are, and we cannot also change what we do not like. You know, it's just like making a picture in a pitch dark room. Okay, I have more or less the sense what I want to have on this picture, but if I have no idea what I just draw, how can I change it? The same is with the healthy ego. We have to allow ourselves to build what we like, what we don't, who we are at the moment, and to look at ourselves and decide, what would I like to keep, and what would I like to grow in the version I'm actually really going to be really proud of. So it is about the positives and the negatives, right? So when again, going back to the comparison of the body, if you have the basic, that foundational body, now you can start changing it. The same is with ego. If you have healthy built ego, then you can look at that and say, I want to keep this, I want to change that. If it's not happening, and some of my clients are like 50 plus, and they did not have the moment in their lives that they did that, it might come depression, anxiety, panic attacks, loss of sense in life, meaning of life. And why? Because the healthy ego is kind of knocking, like, hey dude, you haven't checked me out yet. Like, so I have to turn your life upside down for you to finally stop and notice me. So I invite you to notice your ego. Go on some self-discovery journey. Read inspired books. Talk to inspiring people, and ask them about their journey, and find who you are at the moment, and then decide who you want to keep, what part of yourself you want to keep, who you want to become. Become an awesome version of yourself. I'm here cheering you.